Hello to all of you gardeners. We're glad that you've joined us. We are ready for spring, so we're going to talk about spring and hope that makes it arrive. I think that'll work out well. I'm Dianne Noland and I teach horticulture at the University of Illinois in the Crop Sciences Department in the College of Aces. And so I will talk about maybe cut flowers, perennials, things of that nature, but there are three really talented panelists with me and they have great expertise, and so listen to what it is and you can call in and maybe we can answer your questions specifically. Let's start first with you, Mark Kemp on the far end. Hi there, Mark.
Hello. Yes, I'm a landscape architect and I can answer questions on trees and shrubs and perennials, just general design. I have an email here. It states that they have 2 crepe myrtles, one from Missouri, one from South Carolina. State that they cover them with a big garbage can. They have lasted 3 years and bloom beautifully. How can I continue the good growth, and what fertilizer should I feed them? I guess a point to note here, crepe myrtle aren't that hardy in our zone right here, so you do have to protect them as they stated there. It sounds like you're on a good path. You want to kind of give them a little bit of winter warmth there so that they don't freeze out. You would also probably want to not prune too late so that they harden off. You'd want to clear that covering as well, not too late in spring so that you have other issues there. As far as fertilizers, it should just react as most normal flowering shrubs, and just a basic fertilizer like a 12-12-12 would be fine. You don't necessarily need to over-fertilize it, so that way you have a good balance of growth and flower production, and it doesn't, put too much to the leaves. So just kind of keep up the good work, and I think you should be fine.
Very good. People really want to grow crepe myrtle.
Yes, and there are some nice ones around. And
I have a pretty nice one. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. So thank you, Mark. And now let's go next to you, Theresa Meers.
Yeah, it's like Dianne said, I'm Theresa Meers. I teach out at Parkland. I am a horticulture instructor, and I take care of the greenhouse at Parkland. So greenhouse, indoor plants, general horticulture knowledge, that's kind of where I'm at. And I have a project that's been a long time happening, many years. Dianne even helped with this project years ago, but it's a new set of flashcards. It's geared towards the high school FFA ID contest that our students compete in, both in the state and on a national level. And so we've got these nice cards that show some really nice little snippets of what the pictures are going to be, and then as you get to the individual plant, you get a much clearer, larger picture. And then when you flip them over, you have all the growing requirements, colors, size, everything you need to know about the plant to help you understand it. Scientific name, common name. And these were produced through the U of I. I helped with some of the editing. Dianne helped with some of the pictures and finding the plants and the information we needed. But it goes through your foliage plants, your trees, your shrubs, and everything you can think of, woody plants and all. And it is available through the university at our Pubs Plus Pubs Plus location here.
If you Google Pubs Plus, that's good enough.
Pubs Plus to get it, okay. And it's $120 for the set, but Pubs Plus has a lot of other cool stuff on it if you need information materials and stuff. But it's a really nice set, and they're hoping to eventually make it onto the computer and make it digital as well. So it's brand new, just off of the press. I thought I'd share with everybody.
We worked with Ken McFeeters.
Oh, it's been a long time coming.
Cindy Lamb. And
yeah.
It was really a good project, and the white background is really quite nice. So very good. Thanks, Theresa, for bringing that to everyone's attention. All right, now we're going to go to the fellow next to me, and is Dr. Phil Nixon. Hi, Phil.
Hi, I'm an extension entomologist at the University of Illinois. That means I'm a bug guy, and I can handle insect questions. Today I want to talk about what the cold winter did to insects. This is my representation of an emerald ash borer larva. They top out 1.25 inches. They don't get quite this big, but they feed underneath the bark of ash trees, and people are wondering whether we've gotten cold enough weather this winter to kill them off. Well, emerald ash borer takes at least 25 below zero before you start losing them, and then they really start kicking out at 35 below, and they're pretty well all dead at 40 below. We haven't gotten below 20 below in Illinois this year and adjoining states, and so quit worrying about that. It isn't going to happen.
Quit hoping.
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah, if you're hoping for colder weather, you're by yourself. Because we're all in favor of it getting warmer. But at any rate, Most of the insects that occur in the Midwest have a range from about Atlanta, Georgia to southern Canada. And so it takes an unusually cold year, one that would be cold for International Falls, Minnesota, for us to lose most of our insects. By then we'd lose most of our landscape plants along with them. So be careful what you wish for. Japanese beetle may be an exception. Particularly, they can handle being frozen for 3 weeks before they start to die, but many of them only go down 11 inches. We've got frost in the soil 18 to 20 inches through much of the Midwest, and so we are probably looking at a reduced number of Japanese beetles next year. But the rest of them, they'll be fine. Quit worrying about them. They'll be all right.
I don't think we're worrying about them.
Oh, is that right?
No, I don't believe we are.
Okay.
But that's kind of interesting news about Japanese beetles.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, we'll try to contain ourselves. Well, let's go to a special Did You Know next. Okay, you'll learn all kinds of things. Now, we're going to go to the phone lines, and let's start first with Ruth, who is on line 1. And I think you have a question about horseradish. Is that correct?
That is correct. We planted horseradish, I think probably 8-9 years ago, and I have never dug it up yet, and I've got a big patch of it. When is a good time to dig horseradish?
In the fall, don't you?
I think they do it in the fall.
I think they do.
Memory serves me right.
The horseradish conference is actually in the fall, and they bring in roots that look like pterodactyls and all kinds of interesting shapes. So I believe it is in the fall. And any that you leave in the ground is then going to start the process for the next years. It's almost, I think, impossible to get all of the roots out. So you'll always have horseradish. I hope that's what you want, because you will always have it.
Yeah, I've been trying to kill one next to my back door for 25 years and
Do
still
you,
haven't made it.
do you lift it and use it, though?
No, we just wanted to get rid of it.
Okay, my next question is do you peel it and grind it up?
Mm-hmm.
And I always heard that you'd grind it up outdoors.
Yeah.
And with probably eye protection.
Yeah, it's very strong at that
hand,
point.
arm,
Yeah, it's
Gloves.
gloves.
Yeah. So try to
Okay.
do it outside on a picnic table or something, not in your kitchen.
Okay, so I do it in the fall,
Mm-hmm.
just before it freezes or anything like that.
Well, it could be September, October. I wouldn't wait till that late. You can.
When you're digging your potatoes, you'd be digging your horseradish about the same time.
Okay. Okay, that's all I need to know. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. By the way, Illinois is the #1 horseradish producing state in the world.
In the world, we are still.
In the
We're still
world.
52, 53%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Down at Collinsville, Illinois.
Yes, and it's not the state, it's just that one little area. So that I find that very interesting. All right, let's go on to line 2, and Susie has a question about planting. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Diane. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I found out a couple of weeks ago that I have crown gall on my dahlias and that I can't plant any dahlias in that area for 5 years. So what I'm wondering is, does that spread to other plants? Like I've got iris around that and some toad lilies, and what can I plant in that place?
I know we had plant pathologists on when we learned about the dahlias and the crown gall, but does it spread? Does anyone know?
I didn't know dahlias got it.
Yeah.
No, we actually had a picture of it,
Yes.
and someone asked a question about it, and it was the same thing. But
Euonymus, I know, gets it really bad. But it stays usually confined to the euonymus. I've not seen it spread to other things in the same bed.
And roses get it pretty bad. And
So I don't know if each is
Some things.
unique to the species
so
or not.
when you would look up what you want to plant, I mean, I don't. Iris borer. They don't get crown
Yeah.
gall.
I think
That
as long as you stayed with With plants that were annuals, you'd have no problem whatsoever. Crown gall is going to build up over a period of several years on the roots, so probably a good rule of thumb would be at least for a few years, just don't put any perennials in that area. It's probably the safest bet. You can probably find out what crown gall will attack and what won't, but if just going with annuals is a good option for you, that should work.
And you could do self-sowing
great.
annuals. I mean, you could do love and a mist and some of the other things that come up, and that would be almost like a perennial, and then come in later. Okay, well that was
great. Thank you.
that was a good question. You're taking this news about the dahlias well, so that's a true gardener right there. All right, let's go to line 3 next, and it's Nancy, and a question about ficus. Hi, Nancy.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I'm having problems with my ficus tree that I brought home when I retired. It keeps producing yellow leaves all throughout. It's about a 6-foot tall tree. It's in a 14, 16-inch pot. But I don't know if I'm overwatering, underwatering it. I got it in too hot a room. I just don't know.
Most likely it's due to more of a light issue. Watering can play a factor in the yellow leaves too, but ficus are very sensitive to light issues as well. And oftentimes if people move them from one location to another and the light changes, they'll drop every leaf and have to create new leaves. If you take it in and outdoors from the summertime into the inside in the fall, they'll often do that. They're very, very finicky about that. The other thing you want to double check is that none of your yellow leaves are sticky in any way. Ficus like to get scale. It's a small insect that's on the underside of the leaf, and it does this honeydew that creates a sticky, gooey mess. If you got stickiness, then you actually have insects feeding on it, and that's a little harder to get rid of. It's a little fussier. They just want to be uniformly moist, so you don't let them get too dry. They will lose leaves. Overwatering, they will tend to lose leaves too a little bit. So watering isn't usually the biggest issue. Usually it's a light or a cold draft. But so if it's not happy where it's at, maybe try moving it to another spot where it gets a little more light, because it's usually a lack of light.
Okay.
And if the leaves are sticky, most commonly the scale that would be involved is going to be soft brown scale, and that's going to show up as 1/16 to 1/8 inch diameter scale. They'll start out being almost clear-like on the leaves, on the underside of the leaves, and then you'll have darker brown scale that look kind of like army helmets or tortoise shells on the stems and on the leaves. And being a soft scale, which produces a lot of honeydew, sticky material, they are usually fairly well controlled with an application of the imidacloprid into the soil. And there are a couple, Fertilome and Bonite both sell imidacloprid for use on indoor plants, and you just follow label directions. One application normally takes care of a scale. Another more organic way to do it is you can move your ficus outside in the shade, so there's not too much of a light shock, and all the little critters out there that feed on scale on the other plants will tend to come in and descend on that and knock it down to where you don't see any when you come in the fall, but they'll show up by about middle of winter, February, somewhere around in there. But I've had ficus with scale on it, never treated them, just moved them outside for the summer, and by the time they got very heavy in the late winter, it was time to move them back outside where everything's going to eat them anyway, so it's not a big deal, just kind of live with it. So those are options that you can do associated with scale insects. And mealybugs too, same thing.
Yeah.
Another thing, I think you mentioned the size of it. If it's root bound, the correct size of the pot that it's in as well. Those extremes of moisture fluctuation or temperature, if it's in the right size pot, it's going to withstand those a little bit easier too.
Okay, we've done a primer here on ficus, so very good, from 3 different angles. Now, we want to go on to the panelists for a second round of email or whatever they want to chat about.
Okay.
So let's go back to you, Mark.
Okay, I have an email here from Barb. She writes, I have a flowering pear tree that is about 5 years old. It has leafed out but has areas that are bare looking, and the leaves are brown and shriveled. It started looking bad in last summer and fall, but I thought it was from the drought. The bare branches are mostly at the top of the tree and around the edges. Do you have any thoughts or suggestions on what could be happening? Anytime you have a tree or a large shrub in that case, and whether it's at the top or the edges, but you have dieback, it's typically in the root system. And so you basically need to go and check things like, is the bark damaged? Is it stopping nutrients from transferring up to the tree and back down? Is it stopping moisture from getting up to where it's needed? That's usually the cause. Now what causes that is like that bark damage, could be root damage, could be planted too deep. So that's usually the leading causes. It's below ground, and I think your first hunch was good. It usually has happened prior to you see the symptoms. Unfortunately, sometimes you cannot overcome certain things. Like if the bark is damaged all the way around from like mower damage, it's hard. It doesn't really recover too well from that. If it's just a small nick and you see damage up in the tree, it might recover a little bit from a small nick. And if it's planted too deep, then obviously it's the density of the soil and everything is kind of restricting its nourishment. So hopefully it's a minor condition that it's just stressed and it can recover. You just want to keep it watered through drought times, not over watered, and then light fertilizing, and hopefully it can recover. But
sounds like that's thorough.
Yeah,
Just be careful.
Keep an eye on it from here on out, I guess.
Okay, good. Thank you, Mark. And now, Theresa.
I have a viewer in Decatur who has a question about her peonies. She has them in some shade and they're not blooming well. Wants to know when she can transplant them and do they need full sun or shade. Peonies like full sun. You gotta give them as much as you can really give them. And this spring, when they start to pop out of the ground and you see them, that would be a good time to go ahead and transplant them. You can divide them up a little bit if they've gotten too thick also at that time. But peonies are also one of those funny little plants that if they're planted too deep, they don't flower well. So you gotta be very careful and manage the depth that they're planted. And since they haven't been flowering well, they may have been a little too deep where they are. So you may just lift them slightly when you transplant them into a fuller sun location. But you can do them in the spring. If you do them later in the season, like in August or September, you want to trim back the foliage so you're down to about 6 or 8 inches. But right now you probably can't tell where they are, so you'd have a hard time finding them to dig them up and do anything to them. So just wait till they come up, and moistness of the spring, they should be fine.
And she won't lose any flowers because
no.
they're not flowering, so
And if you leave something behind, like with the horseradish, you'll still have a peony where you were.
That's always fun. That happens to me all the time when I transplant poppies too, so I end up with them in both places.
Yep.
It's not bad. And it happened once on a shrub rose, so that was a really good thing.
Nice one.
That was really nice. Well, thank you, Theresa. And now let's go to you, Dr. Phil.
Rock Collins of Springfield, Illinois writes in, my irises are being attacked by grubs. I read about adding nematodes to the soil. Is this a good or bad idea? I could use some advice. Do I need to reapply them, or will they reproduce on their own? Probably rather than grubs, what you probably have associated with the iris are iris borer. That's a caterpillar that tunnels into the corms and causes serious damage. It depends on what kind of iris you have. Tall bearded iris are very likely to get iris borer, but usually the corms are large enough that they can be fed upon by the iris borer, and they will still survive and do okay. Smaller cormed varieties such as Japanese iris, Siberian iris, and so on normally don't get iris borer very often, but when they do, they are devastating because the corms are smaller and the iris borer will completely devastate and kill the plants. So it's kind of a mixed bag. One you get more of, but you don't have as much trouble. The other, if you get them, it's curtains. We normally recommend application of acephate, so does orthene. In the spring, when the fans are 4 to 6 inches high, you apply it to the fans. This kills the borer when it's in the leaf miner stage going down to the corm. You also let a lot of it run off onto the soil around it, helps get borers down there. The question was whether insecticidal nematodes will work. They should. I have not seen any data on how effective they are, but they should. If you want to use them, you would want to use Steinernema feltii. That's will be abbreviated SF nematodes, or HB nematodes. Heterorhabditis bacteriophora. Easy for me to say.
That's what I was just saying.
Both of these are searching nematodes, cruisers that will go down into the soil and search out the caterpillars and infect them and kill them. The ones that are going to be most commonly available is going to be Steinernema carpocapsae, SC nematodes. They are not going to be very effective because they tend to hang out at the top and get surface insects. These are down underneath. So you want SF or HB nematodes, and the application would be mid to late summer when the caterpillars are fairly large size.
So not SC,
But SF or
SF
HB.
or HB. We have learned something here today. I might get my alphabets mixed up, but anyway, I'm writing down SF, HB.
You want cruising nematodes.
Cruising nematodes. All right, very good. Well, thank you for that. And let's go to the phone lines. We could take
Oh,
another.
by the way, a person want to know if they will reproduce on their own.
Yes.
Not as well as you would like. They will reproduce on their own, but they will get in concert with the ecology, which is fewer than we're going to want to have to control the virus spore. And so you would reapply them on an annual or every other year basis. They will survive. All of these species will survive, but there are other nematodes that eat these nematodes, and they will increase and do it. So what you do is you use them as a biological insecticide to kind of flood the area to nail the iris spore. They're doing their job. They're still working there, but when we have a row of irises, there's not going to be enough of them to control it without we augment it.
So probably annually or every other.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you, Phil. Well, we're going to go next to Dolores on line 1, and she has a question about tree planting. Hi there, Dolores.
Hi. Yes, I had lost a tree in my backyard last fall during a storm, and I believe it was an ash.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to replace the tree, but I don't think I ought to replace it with an ash. I believe I should choose another tree of about the same size, maybe. It wasn't a very big tree, but it was big enough to shade my kitchen. And I have another question if you have time for it.
Okay. Well, let's talk about fun trees that we really like. I bet we could each give you a few suggestions. I'm looking at you first, Mark.
When you start weighing the options, like how fast you want it to grow, what fall color you might want to get. I mean, the red sunset maple, the whole red maple family, there's several different cultivars you could get.
You took mine.
Are going to
You
grow
took my
fast.
answer.
They're going to give you a spectacular fall color. They're going to give you a decent strength in branching angles and wood. So kind of weighing that pros and cons of each tree.
Well, sugar maples would get bigger
Right.
than red maples, but beautiful fall color. Bigger, like maybe the ash would have
A little
ended
slower
up,
growing.
but slower growing.
Honey locusts are just easy for you don't have to
Yes.
rake your leaves, and they're just a light dappled shade, so you can still garden under them.
Yeah, depending on who you ask, you're going to
Get different.
Some people don't like locusts. I like locusts, so and they're thornless varieties and seedless varieties. So
But they're just a nice soft tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
if you want a smaller size tree, I mean the ash would probably get, but like you could go into the river birch,
Oh, sure.
which is also a little bit filtered shade. And so that could shade that side of your house pretty well as well. So
there's quite a few things. Now, you could go into the magnolias, which saucer magnolia is one of the bigger ones of the magnolias, and it has quite dense shade underneath it, not extremely fast growing, but beautiful flowers in the spring, April or so. And that's a pink to white flower. Star magnolias are smaller and they're white, but the saucer magnolia might be okay.
For size.
if you're looking for shade and you want it a little bit closer to the house, you're going to want something that has strength, something that doesn't have a nuisance factor later on, like an acorn falling on your roof. But if you're going to plant a little further away from the house, you could go with a larger tree.
I know people like sweet gum balls. It has a beautiful leaf and fall color, but you get the sweet gum ball falling.
I'm going to cheat.
Okay.
Go to an arboretum website under emerald ash borer, and there they will have lists of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trees, a list for northern Illinois, a list for southern Illinois, a list for central Illinois, and has information about characteristics of them, how big they get, all this sort of stuff. And always a good rule of thumb is you want to plant something that none of your neighbors have.
But then we wouldn't have the
balance.
fun of talking about it if she
Yeah.
went to the list. But
Yeah,
it is a
well.
very good idea. Morton arborina.
I
is
do
a-
like the black tupelos. You can come across
I
them.
love.
They are slower.
Nyssa sylvatica.
Yeah, they are a little slower, but the red fall color rivals any red maple.
And there's
Yes.
sometimes purple fall color. It's purples and reds. It's just
And it's a native tree, so it doesn't have problems usually. So
Harder to find, but
Yes.
definitely worth, it
worth
if you
worth
can
the
find
effort
it.
if you find it and get it.
and you want to make sure that you're not overwatering it, not underwatering it, but it is native. So once you get it started, it's really well worth it. Well, that was fun talking about trees. And eventually we'll get to plant trees. I just know it. Well, I want to thank each of you for being here. We had a wide range of expertise, and so that helped us answer the questions in all different directions. Well, we hope that you get out planting your garden. You may not be gardening yet, but planting is always fun. So we hope that you'll get out there and do something about the garden, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.